Have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. So we're going to be doing some crypto and PulseChain updates, of course, today. But really, the good news, and it's very good news indeed, and that is Nvidia's results have come up against expectations, looking extremely bullish. We're going to talk about that coming up. That's going to send the markets really excited. We had this pullback, right? Technical pullback there on the stock market. Obviously, we always get after a double leverage event on the old crypto, we've had a pretty significant pullback, and but man, this Nvidia is setting us up for that next charge. It is a fantastic news. So yeah, I hope you're picking up the dip. That's all we can say. It's going to be a lot of fun moving forward into the end of the year and into next year. 26, 27, looking very good for the golden age of America. And look, we talked about 4 different things, didn't we, that were going to be an issue outside of the liquidation events and corrections that are going on at the moment. And that is, firstly, the government shutdown. That was ended after, 43 days? And then that was good news eventually, once we got that solved, at least until January. And then, of course, we've got the emergency tariffs through the Supreme Court, still waiting for that. And then now, of course, Nvidia was the third one, right? That has actually come in, and it's better than expectations. It's looking really, really great. So that is super bullish for us. We needed that. That is really the kingpin holding the stock market up with the narrative around AI and the boom going on with the intelligence age. So really good there. Obviously, coming up for the 10th of December is our 4th one, right? And that is the interest rate cuts. So at the moment, that is looking not as positive as the government reopening and Nvidia, but we've still got 3 weeks to go until potentially getting some turnaround there. And of course, with the government, hopefully more data coming out now that it is operating again. So those are kind of the lay of the land right now. The futures are looking really good on the stock market. We're going to get into that. And the results today for stock market was also good. Nvidia's results came out after the stock market on the close of Wednesday. So setting up pretty nicely, guys. So yeah, the bottom in this week, Tom Lee was talking about that. Looks very, very likely. And we'll see whether the crypto market also manages to, get the positive vibe after this, significant correction and then move to the upside. So that's kind of where we are right now. Obviously, PulseChain has its own things going on with the ProvX sacrifice. Pretty perfectly timed, I would say. And so we're going to give an update about that and picking up PulseChain as well on the bottom. But we've still got more volatility up until at least the 2nd of December, because that is the base rate at $1 for 10,000 points. And that last day, we've got all the latecomers, right? All want to FOMO in on the last base rate day. And so that's kind of what we're going to see. We'll also see some, interesting next couple of days after that. But we'll get to that soon enough. We're also going to talk about Liberty Swap again, because they're doing some pretty big things around ETH liquidity, gearing up, of course, for Railgun. I think people are not taking enough attention for Railgun coming up, probably because I think it's going to be, maybe a few people are using it, but no, we're going to probably have some very big players use Railgun tied into Tornado Cash, and we're talking about Big ETH coming over. And so let's keep addressing that. That could be a fundamental shift to the upside there. So if Richard wanted to sneak some stuff in and pump some stuff, that is going to be the route that is likely to take, because that is going to be privacy there with the old privacy shield. So we're going to talk about that coming up as well. So it's going to be a fun show. Hope you guys enjoy it. And picking up the dips on the way there. What else do we got? The Crypto Night Show. Don't forget to share that around on X. Just take a moment to hit the repost button. It really helps a lot. We had a huge audience yesterday watching. I think we had 550 people or something. So it was really, really great. So share the channel around and enjoy. All right. So let's get over to the stock market news and talk about that first of all. As you guys know, we do a pretty full range coverage of the markets from a high level point of view, right? Don't have to get down too technical just to see where things are trending. what is happening. That's pretty much it. Keep informed. That's the way to be, right? All right, so let's get into the stock market there and see where they ended up. So we had the S&P 500 shrugs off hawkish Fed minutes to snap losing streak, which is really cool. Obviously, we've been down early in the week, Monday, Tuesday. So good to see Wednesday closing up. And so we had the Dow Jones up 0.1%, 47 points to 46,138. Remember, the Dow Jones has got 30 of the top industrials in it. So it's a good beltway type of measure. S&P 500 is up 0.4%, 25 points to 6,642. And then, of course, NASDAQ there is up 0.6%, 131 points to 22,564. And that's before Nvidia came out results. So that's a really, really strong result there. And we're going to talk about the futures in a minute. We got the US dollar there. It's sitting at 100. So the US dollar has strengthened back at 100 there. So remember, it was 108 when Trump came into power on the 20th of January. It has been down. I think it's been as low as about 95, something like that. Maybe even slightly lower possibly, but that's back at 100 now. So that's kind of cool. I like to see a strong US dollar. That's where we are right now. So let's go to the commodities. West Texas. Was it yesterday or the day before? I was having trouble speaking. I don't know what it was. But West Texas is down 2% there. At $59.42. I bet when I say West Texas, it sounds funny to all the people living in Texas. They're like, what the hell is he saying? What the heck is this guy saying? Anyway, so it's a Kiwi accent for you. Kiwi accent. Hey, look, it's going to be one of the last times you hear a Kiwi accent because we've been wiped out. But anyway, we got Brent oil right now is at $63.69, and that is up just slightly. We got gold at the moment at $4,078. It's up $11, $12, up a 30%. And silver up 1% there, 54 cents to $51 on the old silver. And as you guys know, for some time, we've been talking about silver going to $75 to $125. And it's been playing out pretty well. We're heading in the right direction. And with the golden age of America coming up and the output of that being felt in 26, 27, we're expecting these commodities to continue to rise, right? Because they're going to be more valuable, right? Used in more applications as well. And there's an intelligence age boom going on right now. All right, so that's kind of where we are on the old markets there. Yeah, Nvidia earnings were looming before the end of the day, right? So we're going to check out that in a minute because we've got the results December rate cut, so that's not helping us. That's the one thing that's not going in the direction we would like to see. The odds have dropped to about 26%, but we do have a couple of weeks left to get some data, economic data out and around inflation, employment, etc. So we'll wait and see whether that does any sort of reversal there. As you guys know, inflation's around about 3%. Federal funds rate there is around 4%. And we've still got quite a gap there, and we should be moving faster than that, actually. Should be moving closer to 1-to-1. So we've got just under 3 weeks to go. 10th of December is put it in your calendar for the rate cut. And but we are in a rate cut cycle. So even though, even if we skip December, we're still in this rate cut cycle. So that's the general good news there and good for crypto and markets, right? So at the moment, we've got 73% of the market expecting a no change. So 4% on the federal funds rate. And so we've only got 27% of the market expecting a 25 basis point cut or 0.25%. January there is 53% actually. So that looks like it's much stronger now. Is expecting a 25 basis point cut there. So, we might have a bit of a skip of December, but so far we're looking good for January. Now, that being said, you just never know, right? We've got data coming out. Just never know what we'll get before that time. Maybe I should have a look at that on the old news calendar there. So that is where the markets are right now and expectations. And so let's go to Nvidia. Nvidia's results came out after market close on Wednesday. And it was exactly what we dreamed it would be because it's so important, right? It is so important. It's holding up the stock market, really. Nvidia reports strong guidance as AI boom sparks off the charts, Blackwell sales. Now, Blackwell being the Blackwell chip, the super AI chip there. We got, let's have a look at the results there. So for the 3 months, ended October 26, the company reported Q3 adjusted earnings per share of $1.30, up from 78 cents. OMG, pretty good. In the same period last year, and on revenue of $57 billion, up 62% from a year ago. So that is fantastic news, guys. Analysts polled by investing.com anticipated per share income of $1.25. So we came in at $1.30, fantastic. And revenue of 54, let's just round up 55 billion. So we came in at 57 billion. So that is 2 billion more. So that's great. Great news there. The company's data center business, which makes up the bulk of the revenue and includes the company's next generation AI chip Blackwell, as well as prior generation Hopper AI chips, saw revenue climb 66% to 51 billion, beating estimates of 49 billion. So just a winner chicken dinner, and that's hold up the stock market, and that will be really supportive of the crypto market. That is fantastic, guys. Blackwell sales driven by strong demand from large cloud providers or hyperscalers, including Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet, are off the charts. This is the comments. Off the charts, and cloud GPUs are sold out. So cloud GPUs are sold out. So I don't know how they're going to make revenue if they keep selling out all the stuff. They got to scale up their manufacturing. It's pretty insane. I mean, this is not easy manufacturing to scale up. It's the most advanced sort of probably technology on the planet, just about. It probably is actually making these Blackwell chips. So it is pretty crazy. The gaming business reported a 30% rise in sales, and gross margins fell 1.4 basis points. So there we are. Looking ahead, Nvidia said it expected 65 billion in the fourth quarter revenue, plus or minus 2%, beating analyst estimates of 61.84. So the forward-looking view is even more bullish. So that is good news, guys. Good news indeed. So I hope you guys are excited about that. That is the good news today. Even though the markets are down, this means that we're only really ramping up in the AI age, because revenue is looking good. So at least from the wholesale, like the provider, the technology provider, right? So we'll keep a lookout for, obviously, the results for people that are actually using the chips to do AI solutions and make revenue off all the tokens and everything else that they sell. We know just on, we just know that everyone's using it, online now. I mean, we're starting to use AI solutions all over the place. But the big game, of course, is AI being incorporated into every business on the planet and every part of life, and that's where it's heading, right? It's going to be so that's a long road to roll out. That's why this is a mega theme and the greatest technological age of all time, right? So we've had electricity and we have other things, but AI boom is probably the holy grail there, just about, right? I've got a few other things that I could put on the list, but that is huge. So fantastic news. And so the cycle's not over. On we go. We know the manufacturing index is been down, suppressed for over 20 weeks, I think 23 weeks or something. And so we know that we're not at the end of the cycle. We're probably halfway through the cycle. So we've got a long way to go. 26, 27 looking really good. So if you wonder why I keep feeling always so positive, it's because that the numbers is telling us that we're going to be in the greatest golden age, just as Trump promised, in the next 2 years. So hold on to your hat for that. All right, so that is pretty much it for the stock market, and so great news there today. We're going to get into crypto. Now, crypto, obviously dipped down quite strongly again overnight. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do, don't forget to share the show out on Next. Hit the repost button. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And let's get into the crypto side of things. So the total market cap on crypto is 3.15 trillion. Man, has it fallen, eh? It's fallen so much. People were used to 4.25, 4.5, and now here we're down to 3.15 trillion. So we're such a small market cap. The rebound's going to be pretty glorious, I think. The rebound's going to be absolutely pretty amazing. Down 2.86% right now on the old market cap. Bitcoin at the moment is sitting at $90,100. It is down 3.2% again, but it's actually bounced. It's already bounced, probably on the Nvidia news there. Ethereum there is down 5% at 29.60. So we went below 3,000. What a deal. And of course, Tom Lee will be laughing himself silly, accumulating up some of the sweet Ethereum as he heads towards his 5% sovereign put, as he calls it. And it's exciting. So we know he's got about 3.6 million Ethereum right now. He's going towards 6 million. So he still needs about 2.4 at the moment. He's picking it up for steal. He is laughing himself all the way to the bank because he knows what is playing out on Ethereum. It is hilarious, guys. He is getting maximum upside just about based on when he started on the 1st of July accumulating Ethereum. So huge stuff there. XRP at the moment, down 6.9% at $2.03. BNB at number 5, down 4.6% at $809. Solana at number 7, down 4.6% at $134. We've got Tron at number 8, down 1.7% at 28.6. cents, and then Doge wrapping off our top 10 is down 5.9% at 15 cents. So those are our top 10 at the moment. Obviously, Tron there doing the best because it has less volatility. But we got the best performer also would be Tron, only down 3.3% over the last week. Looking at the top 100, we got Starknet. That's the end of the world, guys. Terminator. Starknet is up at number 95. It is powered into the top 100 there, and it is up 84% for the week and up 19% today. The Zcash is number 2, best performer for the week, up 24%. And we've got Aster at number 3 is up 16%. We got White Bitcoin or WBT up 9.8%, and then Pi Network making a little bit of a gain, up 7% at 23.8 cents. Of course, Pi Network is a dog's breakfast. There we go. But it's got a lot of users that believe in it. So, but it's a centralized dog's breakfast out of one of these Ivy League schools that living in La La Land. But anyway, we got that going on right now. Top gainer in the 1,000. We got Floki, the CEO, up 135,000%. What the hell? Let's go have a look at Floki CEO, I should say. And that looks like it's come out of nowhere. Presumably, that is accurate depiction, but it's only been around for a little while and just got bolted from 4077 to 3.5 cents. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but it might be worthy of investigation. Could be a flash in the pan or in a mirage, but that's what it's showing at the moment on the top 1,000 at number 843. So I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting looking chart. Weird, questionable chart. That's the way I put it. Tensor in there at the moment, up 120%. So it's a really strong move. And then we've got Bitcoin Peppy at the moment, up 180% as well. So let's have a quick look at Tensor and see what's going on there. So it's number 1,025. It obviously popped back out of the top 1,000, but managed to still be sitting in that list. But that is got a little bit of a pump off the bottom. And then Bitcoin Peppy. That's kind of interesting. Bitcoin Peppy. Now, I think we talked about Bitcoin Peppy in the past, haven't we? I'm pretty sure we have. And that's finally launched, is it? 19th of November. So it looks like it's finally launched. So, that's on Ethereum there. I'm not sure if that's the same one we were talking about, Bitcoin Peppy. But I think we may have talked about that. Anyway, I think it's the one that raised 25 million, the one that Crypto Paradise was talking about. I think that's one the same, but I could be wrong there. So, but it does remind me of that name. All right, so that's kind of where we are on the top gainers. Trending at the moment, Bitcoin, Bullish, Degen, and Zcash are the ones trending right now on the old CoinGecko. So let's zoom in on the old Bitcoin. Before we do that, we've got a couple of people on the chat there. We've got Fast Abdul here for the tech. He definitely is. He's been rolling out the protocols, and it looks like Vault 369 could be the biggest yet. Looks pretty impressive. So yeah, let's keep a watch out for that. We've got Blair in the house as well. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. Welcome to the chat as always. Let's get rid of this little box here, and let's have a look at Bitcoin on the weekly, guys. This is the weekly chart. And you can see the violence in the chart there coming down there, but we're still looking, still up there, still up in there. We had to break down through the 50 weekly, which is yellow, and we've got the 200 weekly there at 66,000 right now. Let's have a look at the daily though, and see how the daily looks, relatively speaking. So daily there, we've got the death cross in, right? So that's playing out. Will it be a fake out though? That's the question. We've had touched 3 times at least, haven't we? With the chart, see all these touches, and so we didn't have the death cross play out. We're going to get a little bit of a death cross, but a bit of a fake out here. Let's see what happens. Certainly, Nvidia is going to help us with this market sentiment. If Nvidia was bad, guys, this would be depths that you're getting smashed even worse, right? That'd be, everyone would say that the AI boom was over and it's game over there. So good news today. That's how good news the good news was there. And so that's kind of where we are right now. And we are coming in, pretty close to, support zone here, 87K, 87, 80, 85, 87K. So yeah, we bounced there. So let's have a look at where we are on the mark there. Just trying to see the hourly. Let's just go to the hourly actually. Let's go to the hourly. It's going to warp the chart, but actually not too bad. So yeah, we did get down to about 88,543. And we're back up at 90,500, and that's only happened in the last few hours. So that's probably a bounce from the video, right? Probably a Nvidia bounce there is potentially the case. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum right now on the weekly, and this box keeps popping up. So we got 2,978. So yeah, breaking down below that 3K, pretty psychological level there. And we've obviously the 50 weekly average is at 3,330, so we're below that, and the 200 weekly average is at 2,600, so we're above that, right in the spanking middle there. Moving to the daily here on Ethereum. And daily on Ethereum here, we got down to 29.43. We're at 29.78. So it'd be nice to get back over 3K here and start marching back up. Now, we haven't had a death cross yet on this. So unlike Bitcoin, we've got the 200-day moving average at 3,560 and the 50-day at 3,680. So we've still got, what's that, $120 difference there. So you've still got a bit of time. So if we get a nice bounce from here, then we may just have a bit of a tap, and off we go. Off we go back to the races there for the end of the year and into 2026. So keep a lookout for that. And, Tom Lee will be buying. Tom Lee will be buying there. We got no update from the Strategic ETH Reserve. Just hasn't been updated, although we know Tom Lee and Bitmine have been buying on all the dips. So they're buying. And he gave out his... I think it was his quarterly report or monthly report yesterday, and he's no change. There's no change in the position. He's in fact he's even more bullish. He's buying, and he's still holding on to all the narratives about tokenization, the Genius Act. We've got the Clarity Act coming up, and probably likely getting passed by the end of the year. We saw Coinbase CEO talking about that. So we've got lots of cool news coming, and also people talking about the US government buying actual Bitcoin and potentially up to 1 million. Well, probably the easiest way they're going to do that is just to buy a strategy, probably a strategy stock or something. But we'll see what happens in that space. But that's we're only warming up, guys. We're only warming up. Sean O'Malley in house there. Good morning. I'm still bullish. That's the spirit. That is the spirit there. Give it the magical spirit there. All right, so that's where we are right now. So yeah, let's see whether we can bounce from here. We certainly that was why Nvidia news was so good. So we'll see whether that's enough to keep all the markets, not just stock market, but crypto up, going up. And this is the bottom, like Tom Lee indicated that he thought it might be. Certainly looking good there. All right, so tested the 3,000 and bounced. Let's see if that happens. We got the right news for it. Now we're going to go to PulseChain and talk about that. Let's change the view though, and here we are with PulseChain day 922. We got Pulse at the moment at quadruple 2000, so we just below our 2200 mark, but we are holding the psychological level of 2000. We're only at 20% of the mean sacrifice price, but we're less than half, maybe about 45% of the whale price of quadruple 041 that was through the PulseX and Pulse sacrifice, and here we are down 4.6% at the moment. Now, we're still tracking, of course, with the Prevex sacrifice. We're expecting volatility, particularly to the downside, over this period up to the 2nd of December, where we've got that base rate on, right? We've also got, obviously, the Fundamentals sacrifice pool. That's encouraging people on PulseChain to sacrifice. And so that's we've seen a big rise in the sacrifice on the PulseChain with stables. So that's helping the price suppression. That's all we're going to say as well. Now, PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0128 is down 4.9%. We're sitting at 13% of the mean sacrifice price. So, DCA for the win, because I'm sure these are going to look absolutely insane in the future. People are going, oh my gosh, I should have picked those up. I should have picked it up. My God, I didn't have belief. And now I'm crying like a baby. And that's kind of probably what's going to happen there. We know Richard is moving, right? Richard is moving. So Richard's been moving all year. He's been doing a number of moves right from the beginning of the year, setting the PulseChain up. So just take it for what it is. Take it what it is there. And we've got JC in the house there. I don't answer questions like that because it's just a silly question, right? No one worships. The only person I worship is Jesus Christ, who's risen from the dead. No one worships other people than JC, so I'm not going to answer silly questions like that. All right, so we got INC there at the moment, 83 cents right now. Is down 7.3% right now, and we've got Hex at the moment is at 0.4 of a penny. It is down 9.5%. So EHEX there, what a steal. We've got EHEX as well at 11 hundredths of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PX is at 52 hundredths of a penny, which is just over half a cent. So there we go. That is the results at the moment on PulseChain. Let's go to the gas prices, and we've got 366,000 beats right now, 0.3 of a penny, and that's super cheap on PulseChain, obviously. Let's go to the validators at the moment. Validators is sitting at 51,839 active validators, so it's down from about 52 to 50, and it's kind of represents the sentiment and probably some changes in whale activity as well. Of course, the ProvX sacrifice on at the moment. On the other side, of course, it's an opportunity because you can pick up Pulse so cheap at the moment and get your 32 million Pulse to become a solo validator. You can either go use David Feder, it's validatorstore.com. 67% of validators have used that technology and operating the chain. So a big shout out to David Feder there. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. And there are many other options, of course, of validating on PulseChain and delegating as well into the PulseChain validators to earn a nice yield. Let's go to the bridge at the moment. The bridge at the moment, 82.4 million. So obviously we're down, got a lower low there. Let's check it compared to what we had on the 16th of November. It's now the 20th, so it's 4 or 5 days later. And we had the balance at 85.9. So we're at 82.4 at the moment. So what's that, about $3.5 million down from what we were about 4 or 5 days ago. ETH was 63.21. We're now at 62. So we're down about 100 ETH at the moment. DAI was 18.7 million, and we're sitting at just below 18. So we're down about 700,000 on the DAI. USD Tether was 15.4. We're at 15.7 now. We're actually up on USDC. We're up about 300K. And what else there? We've got Hex, of course, is the one that's really dragging us down there. Hex, of course, was 13 million. eHex is now 11.7. So we're down about 1.3 million there. What else we got there? USD Tether was 5.3. We're just up slightly on that, about $12,000. So USDC is up a decent amount. USD Tether up a little bit. DAI is down quite significantly, and ETH is down about 100 ETH or so. So that's kind of wrap ups there. Bitcoin pretty much unchanged except for the price. Except for the price is down about 120K. All right, so that is our snapshot. Let's jump over to the. Let's actually pull up the PulseChain stats. Let's pull up PulseChain stats. PulseChain stats, and let's go for that. All right. Now, I realized why I was having problems with typing the other day, because especially the last couple of days, actually, it's because the letter N on my keyboard wasn't working properly or something. So I don't know. Hopefully it starts working. Anyway, we got the results there on the bridge. Let's go to the bridge, and let's have a look at the day snapshot. Actually, good news, guys. So the more good news, we're actually up on the bridge. You guys know we've been either down quite a bit or just a little bit. Today, of course, yesterday I think we were up about 2,000. I remember our snapshot, I think it was about 2,000. Today we're up 250,000, so that's good news. So we've got daily inflow of 1 million, outflow of 800K, and we're up 251K. Now we do have, I think there's probably a lot to do with Liberty Swap and the ETH that's coming over in particular. But we did see some ETH, I think a little while ago. This will be, I don't know whether it's included in the snapshot because it's UTC time. But we did see some ETH. I think we went over to left PulseChain to go buy eHex, I think it was. I saw a comment about that, so presumably that was accurate. So yeah, we're up $250,000 today, so that's good news. We'll take that. We'll take that all the way to the bank. Well, we'll take it all the way to PulseChain. Now, obviously, a bridge capital reversal is what we're looking for, and of course, we all know we will need some sense of uptrend turnaround. We're not there at the moment, of course, because we've got all these bearish things happening in the market. But the long-term view is very bullish, and that's the way I frame that. Now, looking at the markets, we're at $11.6 million. We've had this all week, right, on PulseChain, weekend type of volumes during the week. And we've got the transactions here at 397,000 transactions overall. Before we get into all the results there, let's say hello to a few people that jumped in the chat. We got Sean says, I'm all in, says Sean. He's got the palm trees. He's probably saying that drinking a tequila near the pool bar. I've always wanted to go to a pool bar. Yeah, that's the way it goes. But I'm in New Zealand here. I'm not aware of us having any pool bars down here, but I see them in the movies and I think, oh man, that'd be cool. Swimming away, coming up to a pool bar. Hey, can I get a pina colada or something like that? That's kind of the thing. We got Heartwood Dog in the house there. Good morning, Superman and everyone. Good to see him, Heartwood Dog. We're actually covering you today, actually. So it's funny that you come in. I know you will enjoy this, but we're going to be covering episode number 4. It's our last topic of the day, actually. Episode number 4 has been released for the Chronicles of Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate. So we're going to check that out. And I saw some of the comments. Everyone's loving it. So, yeah, we'll cover that later on. We've got Tam Tam in the house there. Big shout out to Tam Tam. Hello, my lovelies. So Tam Tam out there, one of our top female influencers, doing amazing stuff around X spaces and education for Richard Hart and PulseChain and Hex and things like that. So big shout out there to Tam Tam University, is it? Okay, something like that, some university, but doing an amazing job. So keep up great work there, Tam Tam. All right, so let's have a look at the results at the moment. We've got, remember, I'm not endorsing any of these tokens. Remember, I cover the top 100 trending on PulseChain virtually every day. And so you've got to do your own due diligence. Nothing's financial advice. So, yeah, we're going to say sometimes I get to check things. Sometimes I don't get to check it. It's just the way it is, right? Just the way it is. So we got this token number 1 there. I don't know whether it's a safe token. So remember, some of these end up being, honeypots or rug pulls. We are getting a lot more of that these days. Also, we're getting, little tricksy websites from AI designers. You can design anything you want. People are pretending they're designing perpetual swaps and, all sorts of things that are out there. So just take care out there, extra care with checking everything. We've got SolidX though. SolidX there from Firewell. It is on the ascendancy, up 40%. Now, I did see some comments posted from Telegram where apparently Firewell said, everyone dump your tokens, SolidX tokens to zero, because it's going to zero tomorrow. But apparently it's gone up 40%. So I don't know whether it's just some psychological warfare, but that is what's happened. We're up. It is pretty much the top player today, up $1.05 today. So there we go, not too bad. Now, we don't really know what's happening with the staking pools, and obviously with the X game turnover, we're expecting more from X game in terms of more games. So I don't know whether this Firewell is regrouping there or not, but we will find out in due course, right? So we'll find out. But it's up 31%, and we remain open-minded about all that. So we'll just wait to see where that all heads. We've got Affection at the moment. Got to have a little bit of Affection. I don't know if that's a legit as well. It's been around for 1 year. That's got to be, I guess, okay. It's up 26% right now. We've got Whale Bay. It's been around for 8 months, up 26%. We've got Unity from Cryptographics. We covered this yesterday, right? So that is now in phase 3. And we got this up at 3.9 cents, so making a little bit of rebound here on the daily. We've been to as low as 3.5 cents. So this is kind of where I felt it would end up at. So this is let's see how accurate that is, but that's kind of where we are right now. And we'll keep a lookout for the next big protocol from Cryptographics, which I believe is going to benefit both Unity and the Taurus on the Ethereum chain. And there's up 19% today. We've got Trump right now, pump tires up 7%. And then we've got Anon there, Pulse Anonymous, up 5% as well. It's been around for 4 days. Peter Grays with the UFO pair, up 1%. And then UFO at number 11, up slightly 0.4%. So there as well. So we've got 11 coins that are in the green on the 24-hour basis. And on the trending view, everything else is slightly in the red. So there we go. Slightly in the red there on everything else. Well, some things are a lot in the red. That's all we can say. So yeah, all the way down here, all the way down is the red. It goes to pretty bad. So we got SCADA, which is launched from Nuclear Supply, that's down 23% today. We got Pepe pump tires down 20%. Now these things, so there as Pulse goes up, these things will move up at a much stronger leverage. A lot of these tokens, not all of them, but a lot of the ones that we're looking at. And obviously, as the Pulse moves down, they'll move down even worse leverage down on the downside. So just remember that. So you get the glory on the upside, and you get to pay the pain and the price on the downside. That's pretty much it. That's why typically you want to have pro tokens that are a bit more stable around the Pulse as well in your portfolio that's going to play. At the moment, Hex at the moment is down, it's down 11.2%. Sitting at 0.4 of a penny. It's pretty insane. Let's have a quick look at the Hex chart. I know we covered it earlier briefly, but let's have a look at the Hex chart there. So that's the weekly, and so you look at the chart there. I mean, you're just getting such a deal right now on the old Hex. It's a crazy deal, 0.4 of a penny. But I know many people like to pay up here, so they're going to wait for it to go up here before they buy. This is the kind of the logic there. So we're at the moment is at 0.4 of a penny. But I don't want to buy it yet because I want to wait till it's up at 3 cents. that's the logic, right? But that's where we are right now, and the RSI is down at 37. But there's lots of choices right now, lots of bargains on the PulseChain there. We got Peacock down here as well. It's down 11% now. obviously that's got Railgun coming up. That's going to be a massive deal. So we're going to talk about that too. It's currently sitting at just under 8,900 to the penny, and that is holding up pretty well, I think, overall. And then we've got many others all related to Peacock and all. Yeah, so basically got the Peacock pairs and the X pairs are all down here right now. They're all down here along with a few others. Time dividends down as well, 16%. So you see time dividends down. Well, PulseChain's down, right? So even though time dividend gets the benefit of all the swapping fees and all that sort of stuff, volume is obviously lower. And so, I think it's fair that the market's pricing it down right now. But, once we get a rally on PulseChain, this thing will be racing like a racing train to the upside, probably faster than most tokens out there. So this is the sort of what we might see. Now, Bre's down here as well, down 11%. That's waiting for Coinwell. Coinwell is probably waiting for the market to turn around, as would be other projects, probably even Vault 369. I'm sure Bust Abdul is waiting for the market to turn a bit. And I'd probably hold off anything until after the 2nd of December for sure, waiting for Pruvex to baseline sacrifice to be over as well. Wait for the market and Pruvex to do its thing, right? And then you can launch and go, yeah, timing in the market, yeah. Pretty cool. So that's kind of some of the stuff that's going on right now. Let's have a quick look at the Pruvex market. We've got a few more comments though. So let's have a check of that. Sean O'Malley says Port Douglas pull bar, absolutely. Oh, really? Oh, well, I'll have to check that out online for sure, Sean. I will be going over to Australia soon. Yeah, breaking news just right now. Breaking news. Hartwood Dog in the house there. Sup, Sean? I like your chances against Song Yandong. We got Burn there. Burn. All right, so let's get into it. We've got Pruvex. Let's talk about it. You got to prove something, right? Or prove your X's. So we've got we're on day eight, guys. And by Richard's count, we've still got 3 hours to go until the end of day 8. But obviously, of course, we're already on day 8 on the actual time zone there, and it's also about 2 hours ahead of us or something. But we're at day 8. The red line keeps moving from left to right, and that's a day 8 we are. And we're heading towards day 21, and that is the day that I think the people on PulseChain will feel some relief. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. We'll see a relief rally there. That's the key day. Now, in saying that, we also know that the next couple of days afterwards, we've seen in the PulseChain, PulseX sacrifice, kind of see the sort of sacrifices in there too, right? People that come lately, and they go, oh my god, I get it. So I'm only paying an extra 6% on the base, so I'll go in there now. That's those people, right? And that sort of goes up to maybe about $1.50. Like people say, oh, it's only 50 cents more. I can handle that, and they sacrifice, right? But then it's at a much lower rate, generally speaking. We should see the big jump on the 2nd of December there, and that could be a pretty volatile day for PulseChain, a pretty down day PulseChain. That's the probability. We're playing probability. That's what we might reasonably expect there. And of course, the couple of days leading into it too could be a little bit chaotic there. So yeah, we might have a little bit of reprieve in the middle here. Like we're sitting around 2,000 on the pulse, but we could all get carnage into the end there. And having the the Bucker Mentors sacrifice pool, it's great that they're trying to get the whale price, which is what you want to do. But of course, that also means that there's a much better avenue for the average player on PulseChain to go and sacrifice and get the whale price, right? Which is the market price, arguably, right? So, let's see where that all heads. So that's kind of the lay of the land right now. Now this goes all the way through, of course, to the flat rate, which ends on the 9th or 10th of December there. Sorry, 10th of January 2026, day 59. And what's going to happen then? What will happen then? Are we going to get the God mode candle? We're going to get some fireworks. We're going to get a massive rally to kick off. Or we're going to get something happening in December, get something random in December, maybe around another New Year's Eve little God mode pump. Are we going to get something there? We shall see. See what happens. But that is the Pruvex sacrifice at the moment. Let's have a look at the top leaderboard. Well, the sacrifice pool from Bucker Mentors is racing away. What was it yesterday? About 400,000 something, and it's now 750,000, $750,000. So they had a big X space, I think, on yesterday. They're probably holding many of those. And we're expecting this to become a multi-million-dollar sacrifice at the top here, right? The current multiplier is going down, though, creeping down. 2.71 is the top multiplier, and this is the people's whale pool, basically now, isn't it? fundamentals. Now, I think he's clipping a little bit of an administration fee on there, which is fair enough. If you're going to, run 110 different sacrifices into it, then so be it. So that's kind of where we're at in the moment. Number 2, 64,000. I think this is Rackham Rochelle. I haven't actually taken the time enough to confirm, but I think that is him. And then number 3 is 51,000. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong there. Rackham will come in on the late play and make a sacrifice. I haven't checked him today, but yesterday he was teasing it a little bit. That's where we are right now. And then 50. Now, obviously, Rackham's also worrying about Coinwell. He's got to launch Coinwell, fund Coinwell, and of course do all the business stuff around that, along with his wife, Ms. Rochelle or Jen, and of course she is the person making the shots apparently. I saw Liberty Swaps making an application, and she was saying, "I'm the one calling the shots here, so you gotta talk to me. I thought it was kind of cool. So that's kind of where we are right now. Number 10 is down at 20k on the old top 10. Now moving into the recents here. Actually, before we do that, let's read out the numbers here. We're at 2.6 million. We've got approximately 3 hours to go when Richard posted it, but only about 2 hours to go, or an hour to go, I should say, for the end of day. So we're 2.6 million, and it does, a lot of that's been, Fundamentals definitely playing a role in driving that up. So there we are, power to the PulseChain peoples. 52 billion total points right now, 4,721 sacrifices. That is where we are at the moment on that. So let's jump into the recents. We can see out of that 2.6 million, 2.2 million is Ethereum. But of course, we're seeing the emergence, particularly since the Fundamentals sacrifice pool, is that we're seeing the PulseChain climb, right? So 200,000 there at the moment. And of course, those are all bridged in stables and a bit of ETH and wrap Bitcoin, right? I don't know if there's any wrap Bitcoin, but a bit of ETH there. What else do we got? Base at the moment. We've got a couple that are around 40k. So BSC, Base Chain, Solana. It's kind of interesting, right? I don't know whether Liberty Swap will be looking at this regarding their targeting, but they already do BSC and Base and Solana. So I guess it's via, they're already on that. We've got Arbitrum at 20k, 24k, Bitcoin at 15. Polygon, etc., all the way down here. Now, obviously, that's where we're seeing most of the money. Obviously, we're going to expect Richard Hart to come in and snap up, somewhere between, I don't know, maybe 87 to 95% of the coin supply at some stage. That probably pretty similar to the last time with the PulseChain and PulseX. And then ProveX. ProveX there. Now, is ProveX a Richard Hart core? Well, I guess it is. PulseChain, we got the PulseChain, PulseX, INC, PHEX. Does he still love EHEX? I think he still loves EHEX, and then ProveX. So what's it, the six coins? 6 coins there. I think he needs one more coin. What do you guys reckon? I think he needs one more coin to make 7. That'd be a good number, 7 coins. And then merge them all into one. And call it a Richard coin or something. I don't know, whatever. We got now there are kind of indexes, right? Like on GMX Fork by PH Universe, which is also Fundamentals, right? That's with the old famous there. So they do have indexes of the coin, so you can it's kind of already one coin there already, right? With the indexes there on the balance of forks. All right, so that is ProveX. Now we've got a little dashboard here, and that's from one person in the community. Kind of breaks things down. I don't know if it's actually up to date, is it? I don't know. It's got different numbers on here. Let's refresh. Yeah, there's little numbers a lot lower there. I'm not sure what's going on there. And they had some cool little leaderboards and trends. Kind of cool. It's I don't know why the numbers are so different though. I'm not sure why they're pulling different numbers, whether it's been updated on time or what. Daily volume trends, user trends here, LA activities, cumulative growth. So got some cool little charts. This is sac.pulsex.1, sac.pulsex.1. So I'm not sure. Total points, yeah. So it looks all, I don't know if it's lagged or time stamped or what's going on there, but it is a cool little data site. Volume by tokens, transactions counts, type of tokens by so it's showing ETH is over $1 million now. What else there? Chains, got chains as well. Chains analysis, Ethereum PulseChain, and then we've got Whale Watch, which is kind of cool. Don't know how accurate that is either, but that is it at the moment by token. So kind of cool. That's sac.pulsex.1. Maybe he'll fix up some of those numbers. I don't know what's going on there. So the other big news besides ProveX is, of course, What? Hey, we've got some more comments. Let's go to the comments first. We've got 4 years of bargain prices, lol. Howdy super. Hey, Brennan, good to see you. Hey, look, you've got to have a strong DCA period, apparently there. We got Heart with Dog says, for context, Song Yang Dong is an actual UFC fighter. Says Heart with Dog. All right, so Song Yadong. Song Yadong. Right, so let's jump over to Dirty Crypto. So he's been posting some nice little posts recently on the Liberty Swap, and of course he's a PDI leader, let's say. I don't know, you know how we got the Pulse Bitcoin Council with Fat Sammy? We've got also, is there a PDI Council? I think there is, because I think they've got some PDI Treasury, don't they? PDI Treasury. So Dirty Crypto's in there, and PulseChain, he says, Liberty Swap is scaling their ETH liquidity max size from 4 ETH to 15 ETH. Their goal is 100 ETH per transaction. Now, isn't that pretty nice, right? Which is coincidentally, or not, and the equivalent max for Tornado Cash. What does this mean? What does this mean indeed? Liberty Swap will be connected with Tornado Cash and Railgun. Users with Railgun balance will be able to buy PulseChain ecosystem assets privately without unshielding their coins. This is the game changer, right? That is mega huge, and of course something that Richard Hart can use, right? So there we go. That is pretty awesome. Able to buy PulseChain ecosystem assets privately without unshielding their coins, and that means other players can do that too, not just the old OA Richard Hart. So yeah, pretty interesting there. This is where it gets fun, indeed. Someone could move 100 ETH through Tornado and Railgun, then purchase PulseChain assets directly via Liberty Swap, full private, and 100 ETH clips there. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where that route does happen. Are you paying attention? That's you guys out there, and me. I'm listening. Tornado Cash is a one-time mixer. Railgun maintains private balance and enables ongoing private transactions in DeFi. So I'll say it one more time. Tornado Cash is a one-time mixer. Mix up there, and Railgun maintains private balance and enables ongoing private transactions in DeFi. Privacy isn't optional; it's a fundamental right. Well, in the real world, I said this the other day. You have to defend your rights with strength, right? The strength to defend the rights. But on the digital land, you just need immutable contracts, right? Immutable contracts, essentially. PulseChain is stepping into its role as the freedom chain. We're already the freedom chain, right? We're already freedom chain. We're the people chain. I guess coming back to, we're going to be privacy chain, right? Privacy chain. That's pretty cool. I guess privacy is a subpart of freedom, though, right? So it all comes in nicely. So pretty cool. Liberty Swap, of course, posted out. We are excited to share that our ETH liquidity has strengthened fast. Max size of expanding from our 4 ETH per transaction to 15 ETH per transaction, and there is no daily limit. You can send your ETH, small ETH dust, or your large ETH moves through us. Railgun liquidity is coming, and this is very exciting. Are you excited about that? I think that's pretty exciting, right? Our goal of 100 ETH per transaction. Woohoo! Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, boy. All right. So Rocketman says the scaling isn't random. No, we need more ETH flowing into PulseChain. PulseChain bull market cannot happen without strong Ethereum liquidity supporting it. Of course, Ethereum is the liquidity floodgates there, liquidity pools, as it were. Everyone is targeting that, and of course, we know that if Tom Lee is right, and tokenization, stablecoin boom, all the rest of it takes place, then it's all going through Ethereum, right? And therefore, a smart chain is a chain that accesses and tap into that, makes it easy to flow. And so, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Brennan says 99 Capital, I thought, was the leader of the PDI movement. I think he is the leader of the PDI movement, but Dirty Crypto is kind of like one of the generals. Let's call it that. I don't know. It's now we're talking into not instead of a council, we're talking into almost like a war. Was it a war cabinet? A war cabinet. But 99 Capital. He's definitely the leader. Would we call him president? President. Somni's out there though. Okay. Somni's out there. So I don't know. What's he head of news channel? I don't know. Head of the news wing, or something like that. But they're all doing a good job out there representing their community. Pedo 21 dollar, Brennan. Pedo 21 dollar. we remain open-minded. There we go. All right, but LibbySwap has now allows burning of PDI, and that's through the bridge. So, and of course they're waiting for layer 0, right? Layer 0 there to get some sort of bot arbitrage movement going on to ratchet it up to $1 across chains. So we'll see. It'll be quite a beautiful thing to see play out. We'll still see. Any other mechanism to $1? Let me know. Let me know, Brennan. I know Brennan's keeping tabs on the old PDI community. All right, so that is cool. Now that's some big news happening. So remember, the 30th of November is when we're expecting that. So it's about 11 days away for the launch of Railgun. That is a mega big deal for PulseChain, and certainly pushes us strongly in the privacy place, but also opens up large whales pumping their bags in the PulseChain off the bottom, presumably, by the time we get there. So exciting times. And you remember the 30th is only a couple of days before the 2nd of December, which is the end of the base rate on the Proof sacrifice. So timing couldn't be better. Coinwell is also launching probably once we get a bit of a momentum to the upside. Let's say early December, and we'll see where we go from there. That could be pretty cool. Everything to $1. Well, they were talking about PDI to $1, then LibbySwap Peacock to $10. I think it was the old catchphrase there. So things can turn around fast once we get a bit of liquidity. We got very small liquidity, so we get a bit of mucho grandes through the chain in a privacy way, and it can quickly go up before people know it. And people are snoozing, right? They're snoozing. Oh, PulseChain's down. They're sleeping. Oh, PulseChain's down. I gotta go do something else, and then before they know it, bam, bam, damn, it's gone up. What the hell? It's going up real fast. Why it can't stop? It can't stop. It's kind of like that. And we wait for that moment. Can't be too far away. It's probably coming up. All right. So what's a month or two, and after 4 years or whatever, what's a month or two? All right, so that is kind of cool. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about, of course, coming in 51 minutes on the hour. I didn't realize how quickly I've done the shows today. Is Chronicles of Hog, Somi and Andrew Tate. So this is out, guys. This is out, episode 4, Operation Titan. So big shout out to Hog. Hog is in the chat today. Saw Hog up here somewhere. Yeah, where's Hog? Hog is here. Yeah, there's Hog. Good morning, Superman and everybody. So Hog's in the chat today. They're the founder of this. An amazing. We're so lucky on PulseChain to have our own anime production company. I mean, it's really what they are. They've got the Pulse of the Fallen anime series, which is the main series, and season 1 finished with 14 chapters. And now they've got the interim series, which is Chronicles of Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate. There's going to be 6 episodes. We're on episode 4. It's just come out today. And then after this will be season 2 of Pulse of the Fallen. So, it's pretty exciting. And of course, it covers a lot of community members, a lot of PulseChain influencers, a lot of celebrities out in the big wide world, and a few random characters as well. So you just never know. And project teams. Some of the project team characters are in there too. So it's got a bit of a mix of everything. It's pretty neat. Anyway, episode 4 is Operation Titan. The dark storm brews over England. Indeed, it does. Is this fictional or non-fictional? I don't know. It's definitely seems non-fiction. Kicking off non-fiction. The dark storm brews over England as Hog and Tate fight through endless waves of armored soldiers. I don't know. It's more looking fictional, because this would be actually, it's probably true. Probably be UK cops, right? The UK cops are the most ridiculous cops in the world right now. As Hog and Tate fight through endless waves of armored soldiers, a brave ally steps into the fray, face painted, unyielding, and radiating pulse energy. I like that. Meanwhile, Somi decrypts classified data from the fallen enemy, a project so vast it could rewrite the code of civilization itself. Oh, I like that. That sounds good. Operation Titan. This time is against them. The trio must reach London before it's too late. The entire world's fate is resting on their hands. So let me just pause this video. Time is against them. The trio must reach London before it's too late. The entire world's fate is resting in their hands. I like that. So that's pretty cool. So, yep. Let's check out the little video, shall we? Shall we check out the video? Episode number 4. I don't know if we're allowed, but we'll try. We'll try. Non-fiction, says Brennan here, laughing. Yeah. Man, some of the stuff coming out of London is pretty horrendous. Pretty horrendous. All right, we got the picture here. Let's watch the film. It's already been running while I was having it there. But this is taking off, I think, the end. I'm pretty sure there's the end of episode 3. So I'm pretty sure that is. Or is that all the episodes in it? No, it's actually got episode 3 in it, I think. But we'll play out this 350 minutes, and then we're going to repost it. Don't forget to repost it as well. Let's check it out.
This does not make me happy.
It's okay, we achieved our goal. The operation will go ahead despite their interference.
You are correct. Let us get inside and go into lockdown. They will not be able to penetrate this facility.
Not so fast. You cockroach gut scum, Pikachu. Thunderbolt. Guys, I know why they wanted Tate. They wanted to keep him away from becoming the British PM, but they also wanted him completely away from all social media. So they could conduct Operation Titan.
That kind of makes sense. I'm glad you're okay, Salmi. How do you know all this?
I found some of their plans in the control room after I escaped.
What did they say about this Operation Titan?
There is no time to explain. We need to get to Buckingham Palace ASAP, and I know just the vehicle to get us there.
I'm sorry, guys. But these beauties cannot fly that far.
But that's okay, Mel. You have already done so much.
We are in your debt, good sir.
Think nothing of it. I will always fight for freedom against tyranny.
Jump on, guys. Somebody said you need an express flight to London.
That thing is huge.
Probably one of the biggest Charizards ever.
Hans, you are a legend, my friend.
You are too late to save the UK. Operation Titan has already begun.
It's part of a plan to enslave the human population. Step 1, they create a crisis. In this case, it's going to be huge destructive Titan monsters going around killing everyone. Step 2, they offer a solution. All people of the UK will be allowed absolute security within the New London with walls 500 feet tall. To be allowed entry, you must first receive a microchip Neuralink, which we now know was developed by this Elon from another timeline. Essentially, they now have full autonomy over you in both body and mind. Everyone will receive an amount of their CBDC each week as long as you complete all tasks given to you and tracked by Neuralink. Step 3, to get as many people into the New London, which has Buckingham Palace at the center with its own walls separating them from the rest of the population. What the people don't know is that these Titans are man-made and even controlled by the absolute elite of the elite, whose identities we still don't know. Every now and again, they plan to have Titans break through the wall and cause absolute destruction. This is to ensure fear is always the predominant emotion felt by the population. The elites then come in and save the day, but charge the people tax to rebuild the wall, and the destruction caused. Every person will be in generational debt with no chance of ever getting out. Every time they attack the city, they will break the will of the people and eventually reduce the population to a manageable 100,000, but it will be the most fearful and compliant population as any. Whoever show courage or resistance will be killed. Step 4, they will replicate this throughout the entire world. The fact that the UK is now in a complete technology blackout for the general public means that every other country will think this was a success and that people living in New London are thriving and safe.
So there we go. That is the end of the episode there. We've got a little bit of a sneak preview though, so we'll watch that.
Next time on
The Chronicles of Hog Summy and Andrew Tate. Oh, fuck. We have been shot out of the sky. What the hell is Ansoy doing here? Looks like the Operation Titan tentacles keep running deeper and deeper.
All right, so it looks like Ansor's back there. I thought, was that the sneak preview of the previous one there, Hog? Let me know. But there we go. Very accurate, says Brennan. Indeed. All right, so that is there from Hog. So let's hit the repost button on that one. And yeah, exciting time. So episode number 4 is out. What else are we going to say? Yeah, go Hog. That's all I can say. You got there, go Hog. Woohoo! All right, so good stuff happening there. And don't forget, if you want to watch episode 3, 2, and 1, they're all there as well for the Hog there. So definitely check that out. Give us a few likes as we go. All right, so nice work there from the Heartwood Dog team. PulseChain's, awesome anime series, which is amazing. So check it out. I'm going to post the link in the chat there too here on YouTube. But if you're on X, just look for Heart with Dog, and you'll be able to see that. Actually, I'll just repost it on the main timeline there on the Kryptonite Show, so you can check that out too. Awesome stuff. All right, which means there's 2 more episodes, right? 2 more episodes for the Chronicles coming up. I think we're going to finish there. So that is. I don't think we've got any updates from Richard Hart, but we'll have a quick look check. Let's have a look here. So Richard Hart there. Yeah, the last update we had was the 18th. Just talking about all the different chains that were sacrificing to the Prevex sacrifice. And that's pretty much it where we were. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We're up to an hour. Oh, we've got someone at the door, guys. Who could it be? Who could it be? I don't know.
You know, you could get a god candle at any moment. You get a giant green candle at any moment. Because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
All right, always love that one. So it's a good way to finish. Good way to finish. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Take care, everybody. I'll catch you again tomorrow, somewhere between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern. And you never know. Maybe I'll even do a second live stream like I did yesterday, where I covered X1 and Ecosystem, which was a pretty good show. So if you haven't checked it out too. All right, take care, everybody. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.